Hi guys, welcome to day 4 of IPL. We had a good double header weekend, and we have now seen all 10 teams play. So I think fantasy wise, some stability there. Because as this tournament progresses, your randomness decreases, right? तो अब थोड़ा हमें आइडिया है कि चलो कौन खेलेगा, कौन कैसा खेल रहा है, कौन फॉर्म में है. I mean, that being said, one thing to keep in mind is कि 10 टीम देख लिया है लेकिन 10 स्टेडियम नहीं देखा है, राइट? जम्मू अभी आज जैसे
Yep,
चल है,
yep,
so I think that's exciting, right? All of us are very excited
correct,
to see cricket back in Chepauk, to see how
correct.
the spin track plays out, to see if Jadeja's and Moeen Ali's today are like a fantasy pick. So yeah, what thoughts?
Definitely. धोनी भाई अपने घर जा रहे हैं. It's gonna be a grand homecoming. I feel, as you mentioned, right? Every team we have looked at them. अभी combinations के मामले में they are still trying. They are also looking at how to really use the impact sub to the team's advantage. So a lot changing, but the first looks of it, few teams dominated. A few are still trying to figure out their combinations. But Dhoni at Chepauk, I think CSK, I think they are going to do really, really well at their home ground.
Yep. All right, with that, let's maybe just go into it. So
Yep,
CSK LSG basically going by form, right? CSK, I think batting was a one-man show pretty much. Gaikwad hit 92 in the last match, and he looked
yeah,
really good. Like he was just dealing in sixes, looked very comfortable. And LSG again, Mayors. Oh my God, what a like it reminded me of a certain Chris Gale.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think in terms of and Puran looked good. I mean, obviously he comes
Four
fourth,
runs.
so
Yep,
that's a concern. But while he was there, he looked really good. Um,
correct.
and wickets, Hangarekar again, like fantasy gem, uncapped pick, cost 5.5, so he enables you to build out the rest of your team. Um,
Correct.
excellent guy, like good pace, good, he looked good, looks like a wicket taker. Um,
Yes. And I think the best thing is if you give Dhoni youngsters, right? I really like the conversations they were having on the pitch last time. Or in Hungrekar, I definitely see a work in progress sort of a youngster. But up Dhoni ko, if you give youngsters to him, I think they're on the right track in terms of being groomed. So really looking forward to this young prospect talent.
yeah, and LSG bowlers, wow, like
Oh God, fire!
I want to crack some puns on wood, but let's keep this short. But yeah, man, Mark Wood, good God, like I had him in my team, so I really
Yeah,
liked watching him bowl. But he also got my captain for that day, Mitchell Marsh, out with like that unplayable ball. Uh,
unplayable.
but yeah, man, like serious purple cap contender. I think a very
Yes.
good fantasy pick. He will take.
Definitely to look out for. Or the thing that was that was really surprising to me was LSG has so much of depth. They did not use Krunal and Stoinis as their bowlers at all. So Rahul has a good mix of players with him. He can mix and match, and then still sort of look at the workload of his bowlers as the season goes on. So LSG for me are definitely one of the top contenders to finish in the playoff.
And one more thing, I think fantasy wise, right? Like, so we have laid out how they came into bat in the last match, but I
Yeah.
think both teams are very flexible, right? I
Yes.
don't think
Exactly.
Krunal came two down, he can easily come four down, five down. Moin came
Correct.
one down, he can come three down. Jadeja came five down, he might come two down. Like, so they both have that like a very flexible middle order. So take this bat
Correct.
order with a pinch of salt. Like, I think openers
Correct.
are pretty fixed. उसके बाद कुछ भी हो
Correct.
सकता है. Depends on the
ये I think दोनों टीमें they are a very good combination of left and right hand,
yeah.
or the fact कि all these left and right hand batsmen are experienced at either say domestic levels or international levels. So It's not like a KKR sort of a team, whereas there is just say left-handers which are inexperienced in the middle order. The best part is match situation ke hisab se, I'm certain both these teams are going to shuffle their batting orders a lot, and I think this works to both of their advantages.
And in terms of lineups, I think CSK plays the same.
Yeah,
LSG, what's up with Quinton? Is he back? Or
Quinton should be back. Yeah,
I think
so
he might just miss this match, take a breather because Mayers played really well anyway.
correct,
Um,
correct.
but what do you think? Like, where does like if Mayers plays and does well again? I think he has to play again after last game. So
He
I think
has to.
he plays. So Quinton
I
maybe
think
replaces
Puran ke
Puran.
aane se that is the flexibility that they have now, because in terms of all out stroke play up front, I felt KL and Quinton were similar sort of players, right? They can give you a 6 overs 50 power play, but again they are not people who go all out until say the situation demands so I feel KL has a very good partner in Mayers coming in who's very aggressive, and also the fact he's that dibbly doubly sort of a seamer that really
Yeah,
works in
man,
his
good
favor, that
swing.
can
I
give
didn't
you.
know he
Yeah.
swings the ball like
Oh yeah, he's very good
Praveen
like a
Kumar.
swing bowler. Yeah, yeah.
But
Reminds
Quinton
me of
has
that.
to play, man. I mean, I don't know. I can't imagine Quinton not just walking straight into the team, no matter what.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let's see. I think these two maybe play with the same team.
Yeah.
So let's jump into it then. I think from our discussion last time, I think what's changed? I think who do you think seem like better options now?
I feel with Chepauk in particular, spin is going to play a massive advantage. So last match, I don't think we saw Moin bowling at all. So I'm certain Dhoni is going to utilize Moin, Santner, and Jadeja more.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you will definitely see Krunal getting a bowl, and I feel Rahul is also going to use his wrist spinner in Bishnoi a little more aggressively.
Yeah. So I think Moin definitely good pick, right? I think we
Yes,
agree. I definitely.
batting at 3, looking at 2 overs.
And what
Moin is
about
a
Jadeja? I think he's a good pick. I think he might come a little higher up the order also.
correct, correct. I think this time, if you give a choice between Dubey and Jadeja, I feel CSK should stick to Jadeja batting up the order. Like even if say if he has to come around 10 or 12th over, right? So Jadeja can definitely bat higher than Dubey. So looking at that, I'm certain Jadeja is also a good pick.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. Who else good? Gaikwad, I think. Good.
Gaikwad walks in your team for sure.
He looks very good. What about Conway? I think one match is just I mean not enough data. I think Conway is still Conway. He is still a
Conway is Conway. Yeah.
just I don't know
But
how
again,
well
he
he's
might
been
be a
playing.
differential for me, because
Yeah.
uh, now looking at the lineups, uh, I feel he's still susceptible to a fast seamer. I feel Mark Wood might get the better of him,
Yeah.
even Avesh for that matter. But uh, I, the likes of Conway, Kane Williamson, right? You cannot judge them by one game, because they're extremely dependable batsmen.
Yeah. Who else is a good pick? I think Hungarekar purely in terms of like money. I mean, obviously
Yep,
Kisborg, may not be as friendly to him. Like pitch may not be as friendly for him,
correct.
but still a good pick, I think.
Yes, he has got a very good short ball also. So I feel, uh, the likes of Huda, Mayers, Krunal, he still might go with the short one, and might get them out.
Yeah. Any other good picks in CSK? Otherwise, or any other avoid? Like, do you avoid Stokes?
I would avoid Stokes until he's fit
Yeah,
enough to bowl,
yeah,
because it's just too many options to pick from.
yeah. And I
And
think
so
probably
would be the
avoid
case with
Raidu.
Santner.
Avoid
Yeah,
Raidu.
Raidu and even Santner. I feel with Jadeja and Moin, Santner's role is a little subdued. But let's see if Dhoni can make the most of him.
Yeah. What about LSG? I think Mayers excellent if he plays, right? And I think he does play.
Yes,
And I think he's pretty cheap as well. So I think
correct.
you don't have funds. He comes opening. He opened the bowling as well. So I think it's a
Yes.
pretty good. What about Krunal on in Chepauk? I don't know if he'll still
Kru-
play two down, but he'll. I think he'll have more
I'd,
commitment with the ball this time.
yes, but I'll still avoid Krunal because it's the same thing, right? With the impact sub, the fact that he did not get to bowl last game, that's one, and also the fact that they might shuffle the batting order. So I'm not very particular about having Krunal in the team, but I'm certain he's going to have a role bigger
I think
than
it's
what
a
he played in the
differential,
first
right?
game.
If you want to gamble, because he might bat.
Yeah,
He I think he should bowl because they just have Bishnoi otherwise, right? They don't really have
correct.
spin
Yeah.
off. Yeah. Do you think they make some tactical change, like in terms of maybe getting a spinner in for Unadkat? I think that's a possible.
I'm certain that's what they try to do at Chepauk, and also for his game's performance when Arthur sits out.
Who do they have though? Do they have a good spinner?
Um, Let me see.
They have Amit Mishra. Which Amit Mishra is this? Is it this?
Amit Mishra, the veteran.
Is he still there?
Yeah.
He might play. Like if Piyush Chawla can play, I'm sure Amit Mishra can play. Yeah, I don't see any. I'm not too aware of Swapnil Singh. I don't know if
No,
he
nor am I.
Yash Thakur. Yeah, I don't see any option. Like if this is our very own Amit Mishra, maybe he plays.
He is, but again, then there'll be two wrist spinners, right? So,
Yeah.
um, again, I think going by the balance, that this
Yeah.
Unadkat
Then
still
I think
makes it.
Krunal is a
Yeah,
decent.
then he becomes a differential. Yeah,
Who else? Who do you avoid? What about KL? I think still like
KL,
is KL, right?
he, yeah, KL is KL. KL of the IPL is he
Different.
can make tough pitches look easy.
Yeah. But I mean, if you have to go out of your way because of his price, would you get him? Like if you need to break your team, I probably wouldn't. I mean, because it's Chepauk, um, somehow I don't know. Like I'll still have him to be safe, but I'm
Yeah,
not really bullish that he's gonna be like a
yeah. Looking at the lineup, right, in terms of the bowlers for CSK, I feel Chahar is the only one who has, you know, the X factor in him to get KL out up front. I feel if KL gets 20 balls in, he's definitely going to make a 50 plus score. So uh, I certainly would think in a manner that, you know, KL is someone if you avoid and you might regret later. So uh, I would want to, you know, I would basically break my team to get KL in. But again, people can have difference of opinion here.
nice. And what about Wood?
Wood, for sure. Wood is, uh, he is definitely
Level now.
the bowler to look out for.
How do you think pitch plays out for him? I don't think it should matter much, right? I think he still
It
does.
shouldn't. Yeah.
Avesh Bishnoi. What about Bishnoi?
Bishnoi, 2 wickets. I think Bishnoi is also someone who has a lot to prove. He has been that second, third, fourth choice leg spinner that, you know, India is eyeing at an international level. So he should definitely give it a fight, but I feel he's more of a differential than a certainty in the team. So Bishnoi is
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he might do well um, at Chepauk. Plus, I think generally CSK's approach, क्योंकि they इतना deep है उनका मतलब धोनी 5 wicket
correct,
मारा है तो they will
correct,
go a little all out मतलब सब आके मारते
correct,
ही तो I think
correct,
that way he might get some of those wickets जहाँ ऐसे long on में catch हो रहा है या जो भी है he
correct.
might get wickets that way.
Yep.
What about Stoinis? मेरे को अच्छा option लगा लेकिन he didn't bowl, he didn't look very I don't know मतलब मेरे को इतना ऐसे he looks like an avoid for now. I don't think he'll bowl.
He is an avoid for me because with this impact player rule, right? Say if LSG are batting first, Uh, if the openers are set, I'm certain Pooran comes ahead of Stoin for the power hitting game. And bowling, we saw they have the depth. And if they are chasing, I think majority of the burden of the chase gets taken up by KL, Huda, and the floaters in uh, Krunal and Puran. So I feel Stoin is not going to give you a lot of points, though he might have that X factor impact, at various stages in the season.
Yep. Yep. I think that covers. I think in terms of uncapped, I think Hangarekar is the obvious pick. If you
Hangarekar is the
have
obvious
him
pick.
already, there aren't even too many options, right? There's Badoni.
Yeah.
I don't think is
Yeah.
a good option. He
Yeah.
comes in too late. And that's it. Oh, so each of these teams just have one uncapped player each.
Correct.
Yeah. So I mean, in season long, another strategy you can take is to get someone from the next game, right? So I think
Yeah.
next is Delhi, Gujarat. So there are a handful of options. You have your Tewatia and um, I think you have a few options, right? I think.
Correct. The Sakaria.
No, Zakaria is capped.
Okay, then Safraz. Sakaria played, yeah.
No,
Safraz is there.
Yash Dayal, I think, is Gujarat, right?
Yes, there.
That's an option. But
Yeah.
I think in term, who would you captain? Who would your like obvious captain, vice captain be, and who would your thoda alag sa ऐसे risky if you want to play like a little risky different game? Who would you do? I think
Uh,
obvious picks for me,
Obvious may I would Gaikwad is
Gaikwad
definitely
and
one of
Gayle.
the captain or
Yeah,
vice captain. I'm also looking at Jadeja because at Chepauk his 4 overs plus definitely batting up the order will help CSK. So uh, even Moin Ali, if you want to have a surprise pick, because he can give you a quick 40 runs and a couple of wickets and a catch here and there. So I think if you're talking about CSK, my choice would be Gaikwad, Jadeja, and Moin.
you could pick only
Uh,
one of Moin and Jadeja. Who would you pick?
I'll pick Jadeja. I'll pick Jadeja.
Nice. At
Also, the fact because for if say Jadeja gives you those fielding points as well, the catches at mid wickets, and occasional runouts. So I prefer Jadeja to Moin Ali.
Moin, the only thing is because I'm certain he bats at three.
Correct, correct.
Jadeja, I think, yeah, could come up the order, but
Yeah.
you can't really say because they have Stokes, Raidu, Dubey, who can easily
Correct,
bat
correct.
everything.
Yeah,
And his bowling, yeah, I mean, he will get wickets, but people might play him out. Like Moin might be the bowler people target, and I generally like picks like
correct,
that. He
correct,
could tend to get
correct.
wickets. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
think
think
in Dhoni's setup, the only thing I have felt is I feel at times Moin is underutilized for his bowling capabilities, but you cannot question Dhoni for his tactics. So let's see how he goes. And Chepauk, I'm certain Moin has a big role to
I
play.
think both of them are very good differential captains, be it Moin, Jadeja.
Correct, correct, correct.
Both
Yeah,
are
both
very
of
good.
them.
Matlab, it
Correct.
will be hindsight bias if one doesn't do well. Right now, they'll both look good. I
Yeah,
think very, very, very differential, not very, 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 but another very good differential captain is Wood.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think because just natural wicket taker. So,
Natural wicket taker.
like he got
And
220 points or something, I think, last game. So yeah,
correct.
close.
And if LSG is bowling first, then few wickets at the death, right? Cleaning up that lower middle order. So we can always think that way.
Yeah. All right. I think that pretty much covers it. Any other thoughts?
That'll be it. Looking forward to this game.
Yeah.
CSK at Chepauk after so long. I'm certain the atmosphere is gonna be
Yeah,
there.
it'll be a good game as well. Both very
Yeah,
strong teams.
very strong teams. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Jammu. Thanks, guys. All the best for the game and see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Bye bye.